Hey everybody, Ali Craig here, and this is Soul Target, a weekly vlog series that helps you achieve your goals, personally or professionally, in a way that actually achieves what your soul and heart's deepest desires are. So today we're talking about reverse engineering. A lot of you wanted to know exactly how do you really kind of create the parameters, the boundaries around your target. And so let's kind of go through these details one by one. So I like paper, guys, sheet of paper. So just as if you have a target, a bullseye, we are looking at bullseye. What is the goal or target you're going after? World peace is always a fun example to use, but let's just say you want to write a best-selling book. So we write New York Times bestseller right above the center of the bullseye. Now, the whole idea of Soul Target is to not have to just focus on becoming a New York Times best-selling author. It's about what are the parameters that I can use that would still allow me to feel like I achieved this goal, even if I don't ever achieve the title of New York Times best-selling author. So I like to put two lines, so left and right of the target, and this is for me personally. And when I do this with clients, it's their personal goals. So to the left is always the minimal of the goal. So if I don't hit New York Times best-selling status, then if I hit maybe an Amazon bestseller status, is that equivalent to me of what, if I at least achieved that, I feel like I achieved my goal. Whatever it is, to the left of your target, right, what would be the substitution? The least, how do I say that? Like the least amount of work on some level. So being an Amazon bestseller isn't the same thing, but hey, it's still a bestseller title. So will that be an okay substitution in the least amount? So I'm gonna put Amazon bestseller. Now to the right of the target, I am gonna put, if I overachieve my New York Times bestseller status, what would that look like for me? Well, that would mean that I'm an international bestseller, and that I'm on New York Times maybe for 20 weeks. I'm a 20-week bestseller on the New York Times. So then you write what was the least. So minimal accepted on a personal level, minimally maximum, like if I overshot the goal, what it would be on a personal level. Now, top and bottom are professional levels, because in today's society, pretty much no matter what you do, your personal and professional, it all goes together. There's no longer a separation. So at the bottom, below the target, you want to write what is the, least professional benefit of that. So maybe that just means I get published or interviewed in Inc. magazine and like publications. So maybe all I get from this New York Times, if I don't make New York Times bestseller, maybe I just get really good media from it professionally. And if I overachieve my goal, what does it get? Maybe I get my own reality TV show on a major network. So now we have professional goal, minimal, maximum professional goal. Either way, as long as now I'm not focused on just New York Times bestseller. Now I'm focused on anything in between this. So what does that mean? Now that we kind of have that structure, that framework done, let's go through it and say, what does that look like in as much detail as possible? So what would each of these look like? If I'm an Amazon bestseller versus an international bestseller with the 20-week New York Times bestselling book. What are the senses? How would I feel? Where would I be? Engage as much of that sensory visualization as possible and write that down for all 4 of them. And if you want to write the Soul Target one down of what that would be, you can. It's just normally more difficult for people. Now, once you have that written down, you have to look at how are the stories different? Meaning that what is different in the Amazon bestseller versus the international 20-week bestseller? How is your life different? How do you feel differently? Where are you at differently? Are you dressed different visually? Are you traveling more for one and not for the other? Look at how the stories are different. And then figure out which story you really want to create. And that is where we use this beautiful space to rewrite the story. So, of course, I want the international bestseller 20-week and New York Times bestselling list. What that means is I'm going to be traveling more in my mind. What that means is I'm going to have all this media tour stuff to do, but I'm also going to be, soliciting these major networks for the reality TV show they're offering to me. So what does that look like? Am I going to New York City to discuss a book deal? Am I over in Europe traveling and speaking at events? All of those we need to do visualization around. And here's why. Visualization helps your subconscious mind really work to your advantage. Because your mind doesn't understand the difference between reality and dreaming, visualization helps you take your dreams and make them a reality, because your subconscious mind is only programmed to give you what you want. So if you dream it long enough, and if you can think about it in as much detail with as much sensory engagement, so colors and smells and sights and touches and all of that, then sooner than later, your subconscious mind is going to help you get that. So in the book writing process, it's going to help you think of the words, the phrases, the styling, an idea, a story, an example that's going to push you from only maybe being an Amazon bestseller to being that international bestseller. And that, it's not luck. It's using your mind to your brands and your bottom lines, and more importantly, your goals advantage. It is using your soul and your thinking to your ultimate success.